So let's hop right into this video. I did my eyebrows off camera. Today I'm going to be using my Reborn palette. As y'all can see, I've been using this palette a lot. I'm going to prime my eyes using my Juvias Place concealer in the color 12. You guys know I'm absolutely in love with this concealer. It's super creamy and it's a concealer that you can never go wrong with. Right here, I am setting my concealer with my setting powder, which is Too Faced Peach Perfect setting powder. I am going to start off with the color Reborn from my eyeshadow palette. I get this question a lot on Instagram. How do you know what color is your transition shade? Honestly, any color could be your transition shade as long as you know what color scheme you're going to go for. Always use that lighter color as your transition shade. If you're doing a pink look, just make sure that you are using like a subtle pink to kind of bring that look together. It really doesn't matter what color is your transition shade. Just make sure that that shade is going to help you blend in your other shades. Now going back into my Reborn palette, I am going to take Clarity and I am going to focus that color onto my cut crease. I am really obsessed with this color. It gives me more of like a magenta pink kind of vibe, you know what I mean? I am just going to make sure I am focusing and building that color right up in the cut crease because I do want that pink to really pop a lot when it comes to my eyes. Now I am just cutting my cut crease, and for today's look I am going to focus on doing a half cut crease. Taking Blackberry Winter from my eyeshadow palette, I'm going to focus that color right on the outer part of my cut crease. I'm just going to make sure that there's no fine lines going on. I'm just going to brush that and sweep that into the other colors that I have going on, which is Clarity and Reborn. Now moving on to the glitter. Do not ask me where I got this glitter from. I don't remember where I got it from, but I do know it probably was affordable because I got it. But either way, if I find out the name, I'm going to leave it in the description box down below, so no worries. But basically, I am applying some dual lash glue to both parts of my inner corner of my eyes. I like to do it like this because it's easier to apply. One side dries, you do it the next side, so on and so on. I didn't like how that light pink was coming on, so I went and grabbed a darker pink, and I just started to place that pink right on top of that lighter pink. This is chunky glitter, so it's so much easier to work with, and also stacking that color on to make sure that it's so much vibrant. It's so much more vibrant when you're applying it. You get to see the application of the glitter super faster. So yeah, that's why I like to use chunky glitter. So I have like a whole bunch of them. Like I said, I'm going to leave the name of the glitter in the description box if I do remember where I got it from, but it don't have a name on it, so hopefully I could find it somewhere in my makeup bin. And I like to use a spoolie to remove any glitter fallout. Just be careful when using a spoolie because you can scratch yourself. So just remove it very lightly. I decided to add a wing because I felt like a wing was going to bring this look together so much more, and I was right. I started to feel myself a lot more. I'm mixing my primer, which is the Milk Hydro Grip, with my foundation, and I am going to be using the Nars Sheer Glow in the color New Caledonia and mix it with Este Lauder foundation in the color 6 and 2. I saw this trend going around on Instagram and I wanted to give it a try. Sometimes you just always have to try new things to kind of switch it up to see what works best for you. And to be honest, I absolutely loved the application. It was super thick, but it was light at the same time, where I knew that my foundation was actually going to stay on my face. Now I'm using my Nars Creamy Concealer in the color Amande. I love this concealer. It's super creamy as well. I love a creamy concealer, okay? Let's just put that out there. My concealer has to be very creamy. If it's so thin, and I don't like it. That's why I love to use Juvias Place Concealer, Too Faced Born This Way Concealer, and I also love my Nars Creamy Radiant, I think it is, concealer. I feel like it works wonders, you know. As y'all can see, it's not as light coverage, it's not full coverage, but it gives you the enough coverage that you need. This is my favorite concealer to use in the summertime. I'm going in with my Makeup by Mario contour stick, and this is in the color Deep 3. I love that that contour stick as well. It works amazing. That contour stick actually remind me of the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour stick. That was my favorite contour stick. That actually got me started off with my YouTube career. So please let Anastasia know to drop that contour stick, okay? Because it's super fire. Now I'm going in with my Pretty Vulgar concealer. I absolutely love this brighter concealer. It works amazing. I'm going to use my True Complexion contour palette. Now, I just want to say I did use my True Complexion contour palette twice, because usually I would let my under eye concealer dry before doing this, but I don't know what took over me. Something was like, girl, just add your contour. Because I use this as a bronzer, you know. So I was like, let me just add this now, because I wasn't liking the way I looked. So I started blending out my beauty blender and everything so early. And then I didn't realize that once I start to blend out my concealer, my brighter concealer, that it was going to make me look super bright again. So I had to add it again. So keep in mind, just wait until you blend out your lighter concealer before adding your bronzer or your contour. I like to use my contour as a bronzer, you know, but just try to apply that after you finish with your under eyes. Now, I set my under eyes with my Peach Perfect setting powder again. I don't have no more Laura Mercier Air setting powder, so I just had to thug it out with that. Now I went back with my makeup brush to go back in my makeup palette, which is Reborn, and I applied Clarity and Reborn to my under eyes. Y'all know how I feel about the under eyes. You gotta add that color to the bottom of your under eyes, because you're just gonna look so empty. I took my Sephora Micro Smooth and blend out my face to make sure everything was super set, and I took off that setting powder. Now y'all see me adding that contour again. Now I felt satisfied once I added it again, because I felt brown, like I was on vacation. It gave me that little orange tint that I needed, you know what I mean? I sprayed myself with the Wet n Wild 3-in-1 primer. Super amazing product, and it's super affordable. So go to your local CVS and get that setting spray, okay? Now for my lip combo, I went into my Berryjaneecollection and I took Tuscan Brown. Keep in mind, you also want to also moisturize your lips when you are doing a lip liner. I used to not do it because I just wanted to just be so extra, but moisturize your lips. I went in with the shade Godly from Berryjaneecollection as well, and I went in a nice nude lip. So I wanted a nice nude ombre lip. Let me just clarify that. And it worked. I went into my Reborn palette again, and I took the color Exodus, which is like a black, because I wanted to define the ombre a little bit more. And as y'all can see, it came out so beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.